Golden Needles Quilt Guild is a group in Montgomery County, Texas, that is ladies from all over the county, and men and children, that will get together in order to produce quilted items that usually go to charitable groups in our area. We normally support women and children, but we also have a veterans section of our group as well. Quilted items are a wide range. We do, it could be pillowcases, not necessarily a quilt. So we could make pillowcases, tote bags, quilts that will go on to a bed, but also just throw size quilts that are comforting to women and children in their time of need. Quilting has definitely changed over the years, but our modern day quilting has become much more of an art than it is functionality. Of course, we make quilts that function, but we are not saving every little scrap of our clothing and flour sacks and all of these things. We have much more materials that are ready and available. It could be anything from a simple baby quilt all the way to a competitive art quilt that goes on a national level each year, that's held in Houston. And in that particular competition, you'll have quilts from all over the world in different categories based on whether they are done by hand, by machine, size, whatever it may be. In quilting, whatever your dream is that you can make with textiles, the sky's the limit. Each year in November, we have a veterans presentation where anywhere from 25 to 50 veterans are honored with a quilt of their choice that evening. The quilts are displayed and they're able to go up and make a selection. They get to stand before the group and tell a little bit about their service. The one thing that we see is that some of the veterans do not feel that they are deserving because they didn't serve in a wartime, and that is not the way that we see our Montgomery County veterans, that they all should be acknowledged for their service to this country. We do that on a nomination basis. So we receive nominations throughout the year of who should be given a quilt, and the requirement is that they live in Montgomery County. Our guild loves new quilters. You don't necessarily need to be interested in making a bed quilt. If you are more interested in making an art quilt of sorts or using fabric on canvas, we have many members that enjoy doing those kinds of things. And when there's enough interest in the group, we schedule a workshop that will tailor to what those people would like to do. So we may touch on many different aspects of quilting. And that is what is so fun to see, all of that come together at a monthly meeting when people bring in their show and tell. And a lot of times when someone presents an item at show and tell, they will start to whisper the word workshop, workshop throughout the meeting. And then the next thing you know, we've got something on the calendar. The Guild accepts anyone who is willing to learn, all the way to the master quilter. So the group tries to meet people where they are at the time they join the Guild. And sometimes the best place to learn is on our quilt kits that are already cut and ready to be assembled. And all you have to do is sew the top together. It gives you some practice in the craft before you actually tackle a quilt on your own that you're going to gift to a friend or family member. And when you're doing that practice work, you're actually doing something good for your community. So it's wonderful for beginners, and for those that are quite advanced, it's so helpful to have them to mentor those of us that are coming up on our skills.